Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something I get asked about constantly. You know that moment when you're with someone and you think, does he like me? I can't tell. It's that frustrating place where you're picking up on something, but he's not actually saying the words. Here's the fascinating thing about attraction. No matter how composed someone tries to be, their body is constantly betraying them. We think we're so clever at hiding our feelings, but the truth is, our biology has a different agenda. Look, as we get older, we gain wisdom about relationships. We know what we want. We don't have time for games. But the fundamental signals of attraction, those never change. Whether you're 25 or 55, the signs are universal. So today I'm giving you 15 unmistakable signs that a man is attracted to you, even when he's trying to play it cool. These aren't just random guesses, they're rooted in psychology and human behavior. By the end, you'll be able to read these signals with absolute clarity. His eyes always find you. Let's jump straight in with the signs that men simply cannot hide when they're into you. Here's a little test. The next time you're in a social setting with him, look up unexpectedly. If you catch him looking at you and he quickly glances away or holds that eye contact with intensity, bingo. His eyes are telling you what his mouth isn't. When a man is interested, his eyes will instinctively seek you out, even when he's trying not to be obvious about it. It's completely subconscious. He might be in a conversation with someone else, but his gaze drifts to check where you are. Have you ever noticed that no matter where you are in a room, there's that one person whose eyes seem magnetically drawn to you? That's not coincidence. It's one of the most primal signs of attraction. Remember, we can control our words, but our eyes will always betray us. This one is fascinating because it happens completely below the level of consciousness. When we're drawn to someone, we subconsciously sync our body language with theirs. 2. He mirrors your movements. Picture this. You're sitting across from him at dinner. You lean in slightly while making a point, and moments later he's leaning in too. You cross your legs, and within a minute, so does he. You take a sip of your drink, and shortly after, he does the same. This is called mirroring, and it's one of the most reliable indicators of rapport and attraction. His body is essentially saying, I'm with you, I'm connected to you, without him even realizing it. Want to test this? Make a distinctive but subtle movement. Maybe touch your hair or adjust your posture and see if he unconsciously follows suit within the next minute or two. If he does, his body is giving away what he might not be ready to say. 3. His voice changes around you. Here's something most women never notice, but it's happening all the time. When a man is attracted to you, his voice literally transforms when he's speaking to you. Research has shown that men involuntarily lower their vocal pitch when talking to someone they're attracted to. It's not a conscious choice, it's his body trying to appear more masculine and appealing. Next time you're in a group setting, pay attention to how he speaks to others versus how he speaks to you. If his voice becomes deeper, slower, or more melodic when addressing you, that's biology at work, my friend. It's one of those subtle changes that once you notice it, you'll spot it everywhere. And the beautiful thing, he can't fake it because he's not even aware he's doing it. 4. The accidental touch. Touch is one of the most powerful indicators of interest. And a man who's attracted to you will find any excuse to bridge that physical gap, even in the smallest ways. Maybe he brushes your arm when reaching for something, touches your shoulder briefly when making a point, or finds reasons to fix something on your clothing. These moments might seem casual, but they're actually his way of testing the waters. Physical contact releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in both people. On some level, he knows this. His body is seeking that connection before his mind has fully caught up. The key here is context. Does he do this with everyone, or just with you? If these accidental touches are reserved just for you, that's a clear sign of his interest. 5. He leans in. When you speak, personal space is sacred. We don't let just anyone into our bubble. So when a man consistently leans in closer than necessary during conversations with you, he's telling you something important without words. You could be in the quietest room with perfect acoustics, and he'll still find himself gravitating toward you when you speak. It's not about hearing you better, it's about wanting to be closer to you. This happens because we're literally drawn toward what attracts us. It's almost magnetic. Our bodies move toward what feels good before our minds make any conscious decision. The next time you're talking, notice if he's positioned himself closer to you than strictly necessary. If he has, his body is revealing what his words aren't yet saying. 6. His pupils dilate. This one is subtle, but absolutely fascinating. When we see something or someone that excites us, our pupils automatically dilate. It's a completely involuntary response controlled by our autonomic nervous system. When a man looks at someone he's attracted to, his brain releases dopamine, which causes his pupils to expand. He has zero control over this. Next time you're having a conversation in good lighting, notice his eyes. If his pupils look larger when focused on you, that's his body chemistry responding to you in real time. 7. He laughs at your not-so-funny jokes. What makes this sign so powerful is that, unlike other behaviors, he cannot fake it or suppress it. His eyes are quite literally widening to take more of you in. When we're attracted to someone, we want them to feel good around us. Laughing at their humor, even when it's barely humor, is a way of creating connection and showing appreciation. We all like to think we're hilarious, but let's be honest, not everything we say deserves a laugh. So when a man consistently chuckles at even your weakest jokes, something else is happening. Think about it. You make some offhand comment that isn't particularly clever, and he responds with enthusiastic laughter. That's not just politeness, that's him saying, I enjoy you. I want you to know I appreciate what you bring to this interaction. If he finds joy in your words when others might not even crack a smile, he's showing you something meaningful about how he feels. Even the most confident man can suddenly find himself stumbling over words or fidgeting when around someone who makes his heart beat faster. He gets uncharacteristically nervous. If you notice that he adjusts his clothing repeatedly, runs his hand through his hair, touches his face, or stumbles over words he'd normally say with ease, congratulations, you're making him nervous in the best possible way. This happens because his brain is working overtime. He's simultaneously trying to impress you, avoid making mistakes, and manage the flood of chemicals surging through his system when you're around. Pay particular attention if this behavior is out of character. If he's typically smooth and collected with others but becomes slightly flustered around you, that contrast tells you everything you need to know. When a man is interested in you, he'll unconsciously position himself near you in social settings. He'll choose the seat next to yours in a meeting, find reasons to walk past your desk, or somehow end up in the same corner of a party. 9. He gravitates toward your space. Have you ever noticed how some people just seem to keep appearing in your vicinity? That's rarely random when attraction is involved. Test this by changing your position in a room and see if he eventually finds his way to your new location. If he does, without any obvious reason to be there, his feet are following his feelings. This gravitational pull happens because proximity creates opportunity. Even if he's not ready to express his interest verbally, being near you satisfies a subconscious desire for closeness. 10. He subtly shows off. When a man is attracted to you, his ancient brain kicks in with one message: show her your value. This doesn't mean he'll start flexing his muscles, though some might. Often it's much more nuanced. He might mention a recent achievement, demonstrate knowledge on a topic he knows you're interested in, or showcase skills that highlight his competence. It's not bragging for the sake of ego. It's his way of saying, I'm worthy of your attention. You might notice he dresses with a bit more care when he knows he'll see you, or he makes sure to mention things that present him in a positive light. These aren't coincidences. They're his way of standing out in your eyes. If you're unsure, try giving him a genuine compliment and watch his reaction. If he lights up more than the situation warrants, he's been hoping you'd notice him. 11. He uses playful teasing. Playful teasing is flirtation in its most elementary form. It creates a unique dynamic between two people that's both challenging and fun. The perfect recipe for attraction. If he gently teases you about your coffee order, gives you a light-hearted nickname, or jokes about your meticulous planning style, he's not just passing time. He's creating a special connection that exists only between you two. The key is that this teasing is always kind-spirited and warm. It makes you smile rather than feel criticized. It's his way of saying, I see you, including your quirks, and I find all of it interesting. When a man singles you out for this kind of playful attention, especially in a group setting, he's essentially creating a private world with you amid the crowd. 12. He gives unique compliments. Listen for compliments that go beyond the obvious. Maybe he says, I love how your whole face lights up when you talk about your work, or the way you handled that difficult situation was impressive. Generic compliments are easy. You look nice requires zero emotional investment. But when a man notices and appreciates something specific about you, something others might miss, that's significant. What makes these compliments special is that they're unique to you. They couldn't be given to just anyone. When he recognizes something distinctive about your character, your perspective, or your approach to life, he's telling you that you stand out to him. These detailed observations tell you he's paying attention on a deeper level. He's not just seeing you, he's really seeing you. 13. He remembers the details. Our brains are selective about what they retain. We remember what matters to us and filter out the rest. So when a man recalls small details you've mentioned in passing, it speaks volume. Maybe you once casually mentioned your favorite book, and weeks later, he references a character from it. Or perhaps you told him about your childhood dream, destination, and he brings it up in a later conversation. This isn't just good listening, it's selective memory activated by interest. When someone matters to us, we naturally catalog information about them. If he remembers your coffee order, your allergy to cats, or that story about your first concert, it's because you've made an impression that goes beyond the superficial. Your words stick with him because you do. 14. His behavior shifts around you. We all have a baseline, our normal way of being in the world. But when attraction enters the picture, that baseline often changes in revealing ways. You might notice he's more animated when talking to you than he is with others. Or perhaps he's usually the life of the party, but becomes more thoughtful and attentive in your presence. These behavioral shifts happen because your presence affects him emotionally. He's responding to how you make him feel, even if he's not consciously aware of it. Watch for the contrast between how he acts generally and how he acts around you. That delta, that difference, is where his true feelings reveal themselves. He extends your interactions. You might notice he lingers after meetings, stretches conversations past their natural conclusion, or finds new topics just as you're about to leave. In text exchanges, he might restart the conversation just when it seemed to be wrapping up. Time is our most precious resource. We don't spend it on people or experiences that don't matter to us. So when a man consistently tries to prolong his time with you, he's showing you something significant about his priorities. These aren't delays for the sake of delays. They're his way of saying, I enjoy being with you, and I'm not ready for this to end. Now that you can spot these signals, what's next? Here's the truth. Many men will show several of these signs but never make a move. Why? Fear of rejection? Uncertainty about your interest? Or sometimes just not knowing how to transition from friend to something more. When someone values connecting with you more than whatever else they could be doing, that's a powerful indicator of interest. Return that eye contact with warmth. If you're interested too, you can help create an environment where he feels safe to express his feelings. This doesn't mean doing his job for him, but rather sending clear signals back. Mirror his body language. Create opportunities for casual touch. Ask questions that show you're interested in knowing him better. Offer sincere compliments.